Next video, I'm going to be talking about the kidneys. So obviously, right here we have the kidneys defined by the bean-shaped appearance that they have, kind of like a kidney bean. I guess that's about as much as I can say about describing the kidney. We have two of them. I used a kind of a conglomeration of approaches in studying this. A little bit of book, a little bit of the lab website, but I like this as far as doing a video to relay the information of what I learned and how I learned it, because this played an integral role along with learning the structures and the function of them. So here's the kidneys.
Each bean-shaped kidney is embedded in the perirenal fat capsule. The kidneys are retroperitoneal, lying against the dorsal body wall in the upper abdomen.
Okay, retroperitoneal. Let's see. The term describing the location of an organ or tissues as lying outside of the dorsal to the peritoneal cavity. It's a big word, but it's pretty sensible when you really just break it down.
An adrenal gland, which is part of the endocrine system, lies on top of each kidney. Several structures enter or exit the concave surface of the kidney at the renal hilum, including the ureter and a renal vein, which drains into the inferior vena cava. To learn more about the kidney's blood supply and see the underlying renal artery, click the left renal vein to remove it.
So I'm going to go ahead and click this so we can take a deeper look at the internal anatomy of a kidney.
When the renal vein is removed and the kidney is shown in frontal section, you can see the deeper renal artery and its connection to the abdominal aorta. Branching from the renal artery are the segmental and interlobar arteries. Together, these vessels provide the kidneys with a rich blood supply under high pressure that allows them to continuously filter and cleanse the blood. Now, click the left kidney to take a closer look at its internal structure.
So, we got the interlobar arteries, which are called so because of the location of them. I'm going to click a little bit lower, but they are in the lobes. So now we're going to take a closer look at the internal structures. I like how it blows it up.
Internally, the human kidney is composed of three distinct regions. The first region is the outermost layer called the renal cortex and nephrons, the filtering units that form urine.
Okay, so all around out here is the cortex.
Nephron, cortical nephrons and juxtamedullary nephrons. Cortical
because of their location.
Lie largely with the cortex,
right,
but their loops of Henle dip into the medulla. Juxtamedullary nephrons have glomeruli that lie at the border of the cortex, and the medulla and their loops of Henle dip deeply into the medulla. The second region is the middle layer, called the renal medulla, in which you can see the triangular renal pyramids.
Alright, so talking about the medulla, sorry about that, I'm recording again. I was interrupted for a second there, but what I was saying was the medulla is to the middle of the kidney.
Parallel bundles of ducts carrying urine from the nephrons. The areas between pyramids are the renal columns. They are extensions of the cortex that provide a route for the passage of blood vessels and nerves to and from the outer cortex. The third region includes the funnel-shaped renal pelvis lying within the renal sinus. The renal pelvis collects urine from the pyramids and conveys it into the ureter for passage to the urinary bladder. Click the nephron to see its structure in greater detail.
So let's look at the nephron.
Here you see a juxtamedullary nephron. The nephron is the structural and functional unit of the kidneys. It consists of a specialized tubular structure and closely associated blood vessels.
That's kind of simple with that part.
And from a nephron.
Alright, so now we're going to look at the blood flow of the nephron, to and from the nephron.